Hello, I'm Father John Hynes here at St. Catherine of Siena Parish, near Price's Corner, Wilmington. I'm very happy to be with you again on this 12th Sunday of Ordinary Time. I spoke with you a while back of the crisis that's affecting the whole Catholic Church in our country, that 30% of baptized Catholics no longer are Catholic, and that probably 50% of the current young people in our church who are baptized will not be. This is a crisis. It's a crisis of passing on the faith. I spoke last week of the next point, which is that it's for us to meet this crisis, we, the ordinary people of the church. Why? Because we're all called to be disciples. A disciple is someone who receives from Christ and passes it on. Faith. Jesus' instructions to us were to go out and make disciples of all nations. He added to baptize them and teach them. And we have done those two things. We've taught our children and we've given them the sacraments. But in today's world, something more is needed, and that is what's called making disciples. I spoke last week of how a disciple comes to be, of the seed that is planted. A man doesn't know how a seed has life. He can't reproduce life, but he can care for it. This great oak tree I'm standing in front of, at least 3 feet wide in diameter, was once a tiny acorn. But its true self, its true destiny was not to remain an acorn, but to become this tree. Something far, far, far more wondrous is true of us as human beings. Not simply that the human seed becomes an embryo and then a human. Not simply that we grow to adulthood from a child, although this is marvelous, but that inwardly we can become true children of God. And a true children of God, true child of God, is a disciple, an adult person who seeks to share life with others. So today I would like to say this. The scripture we just heard says that the love of Christ impels us because we have come to the conviction that because one died for all died, so that we who live might live no longer for ourselves, but for him who for our sake died and was raised from the dead. And then St. Paul goes on to say, and therefore we no longer look upon any human being from a merely human point of view. Not even Christ. From now on, we believe that everyone is a new creation. Everything is made new. What does it say? It says that if we come to the full understanding of who we are as Christians, we realize that we've been given our existence, our freedom, our capacity to love, our capacity to take joy in life, to create, by Jesus, who did it by dying and rising. We can never repay that. The gift is priceless. You can't repay a priceless gift, but you can give out of what you've been given. Once we come to this awareness within ourselves, it is not difficult to share. If someone comes up to you and says, I got to go to the Philadelphia airport, I got to get a plane, but I'm not from here, I don't know how to get there. Would you help the person? It'd be easy. You'd enjoy it. If someone says, I got this pain in my lower back, 3 or 4 of us would jump right in to tell them what we do. It's enjoyable to tell other people something good. If an old man says, my wife's been dead 6 months and I'm just beginning to realize I need other people, a lot of people would respond. We love helping others. Something far greater than any of the examples I mentioned is helping make disciples. The best part of it is that, as St. Paul said, we no longer look at anybody from a merely human point of view. We don't despise anyone. We don't see anyone as lost, anyone as hopeless, anyone as not our kind of person, anyone as someone I just don't care about. We're given the ability to see each person as someone precious in God's sight and capable of being precious in our own. And then it isn't difficult to share the good news, to help make disciples. Great to be with you. I look forward to seeing you next week. I wish you wonderful times.